Hi guys, it's Misha and welcome back to my channel. So happy 4th of July everyone. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Independence Day. And while today is a day for celebration, I did want to make this video discussing a very important topic, which is how students are being taught to hate their own country. Before we get into this, please make sure to hit subscribe and the notification bell so that you don't miss my videos. So I want to start off by giving you an example of what I'm talking about. In my old university, thankfully my new one does not do this, but we used to have these land acknowledgements, which were basically acknowledging that you were on stolen land. Every single class that I went to, it started with the teacher putting up this land acknowledgement, and these are becoming more common and even mandated in some schools. So when I heard these land acknowledgements, I couldn't help but feel that the mostly white teachers that were actually, yeah, I think all of them were white, the ones that put up this land acknowledgement. It was kind of like their way of giving themselves a pat on the back and saying, yeah, look at me, I'm so woke, without doing anything to actually help Indigenous people, right? And plus, if you are so adamant on claiming that you are not supposed to be here, right, that you're on stolen land, where is your grand plan to give back the land, right? Where is your plan to give back America to Native Americans? They don't have one. So what exactly is the point of this? They are starting off class by instilling a certain guilt into the students for even being in America, right? They're not supposed to be here. And it's so funny because one of the teachers referred to herself as a settler, right? A visitor, even though she was born in California. There's this narrative here that you as an American don't actually belong here. And we are not the only country that has conquered land from other people. You can look at the history of any country ever, and you will find that most likely people conquered that land from other people from the past. I find it really upsetting the way that Native Americans were treated by the white settlers. Before white people even arrived, right? Native Americans were conquering land within their own tribes, and it wasn't some peaceful exchange of land. It was the same thing: murder, rape, hostility to take land from another group of people. There were a lot of immigrants in the classroom. What do they have to do with stealing land from Native Americans? So these acknowledgements that we started off the class with just felt really disingenuous, and we can't rewrite history. So instead of just learning about the past and growing from it, we have to blame everybody living here and instill guilt. Here is a TikTok that I saw. This is a 4th grade teacher talking about how she is inherently racist because she is white. So let's take a look at this.
Hannah Fannin Steele am a racist. I am a product of the white dominant structure I was raised in. My people have done an excellent job lifting each other up. Unfortunately, that was on the backs of people of color. Because this is deeply embedded in my history, it is no wonder I was passed down views that are racially problematic.
It's no wonder that you think you're racist because you were brainwashed.
Even though white supremacy can be unconscious, it is constant. Living in this society would have been a miracle for me to be anything but racist. Now that I know I have deeply rooted racist tendencies, I can constantly be looking and listening for how they surface in my life. And when a person of color gives me feedback for not being a
you should pray to them. You should say, oh, thank you, person of color, for enlightening me.
Good ally, I can say thank you and not get defensive. Something here I said could have been...
I would get defensive. I would say, I would defend my stance that no, I am not racist, and you cannot tell me that I am racist just because I'm white. I don't believe in that. There's this attempt by the teachers to tell students that we are evil inherently because of the fact that we are Americans, and there's just... the systems set in place are just inherently evil and racist. I also want to share with you a photo that my friend sent me yesterday. He basically texted me that in his new home where he's staying with other students from his university, this was the piece of paper that was posted on the fridge. And I want you to take a look at this. So here's the photo, and you can see it says, "In this house we do our chores, respect people's pronouns and boundaries, hate capitalism, kill cops, and support Palestine." Okay, let's break this down. Obviously, what stood out to me was kill cops. I mean, you expect me to believe that we should simultaneously respect people's pronouns, right? Buy into the delusion that someone can be neither a boy or a girl or both. But at the same time, we go out and we kill cops. The tolerant left isn't sounding oh so tolerant when they're actually saying that they want to kill cops. And it's not even to defund the police anymore, right? We should just flat out kill them because anarchy would just be the best option at this point. I mean, you could take a look at blue cities and the rising crime rate there. So they are getting what they want because the police, they don't have enough funding and there's a shortage of police officers. And I wonder why these people are attacking cops for risking their lives to go out and protect citizens. And this is the things that they get for that. I do believe that we need to fund the police so that they can get better training, more psych evaluations because problems do occur. But to flat out say, let's defund them or let's kill them. Why do we need cops? Let crime happen. It's fantastic. Cops are racist, so it's better to have crime happen all the time. So it is absolutely disgraceful and disgusting. Even the military, right? We need to show the military our support and our love for the country because if we don't, then where do you think the passion is going to come from for these people to go out and risk their lives for America? If the people don't even care, if the people don't even like their own country. I mean, we are one of the greatest countries in the world, and this is how we treat those who wish to protect it. And back to the photo, they hate capitalism, right? Which is really funny. Instead of working hard and getting rich, these people want to take money from the rich. We could take a look at the hypocrisy in all this when we saw AOC's dress, for example, while she's at the Met Gala. Do you think poor people go to the Met Gala, AOC? I don't think so. And walk through any university. You'll find plaques where it says who donated to help build the university, right? Rich people donate to the university. They help build the schools, they help build hospitals. Even celebrities, right? They never want to unify people. They want division. They will post things about how they hate capitalism, but simultaneously will benefit from capitalism. And, you know, I want to see how they would react to socialism, for example, where they would be paid the same amount as a mine worker. I don't think they would like that. And I always find this hypocrisy hilarious. I mean, they claim to hate America, but stay in America. I mean, they choose to live here and benefit from the freedom that America gives them. Not only do they not give back to their country and lack patriotism, but they burn the flag, they spit on the flag. I don't know if you've seen this video. I think this was a year or two ago. But let's take a look at this and how people are treating the American flag.
America was never great. America was never great. America was never great. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. Slavery, genocide, and war. America was never great. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slavery, genocide, and war. 5, 6, 7, 8. America was never great. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slavery, genocide, and war. Slavery.
Then leave. Literally leave. This is so disgusting. And same with kneeling during like the national anthem at sporting events. I mean, what message does that send? Again, instead of unifying everybody, we want more division. We don't even want to associate with the country that we live in. It reminds me of divide and conquer. Like the Romans, you know, it's so easy to conquer if you divide. If you divide people. This reminds me of how the media can very easily manipulate people once they feel alone without a community by teachers putting students into categories. So if you are Black, you are meant to have this advantage from the government, or if you're white, you are obviously racist. If you are a woman, you are marginalized. If you're a white man, literally go die. You don't need to exist. So we put people in these categories and we say, well, you're expected to behave this way. And we just keep dividing people into categories and subcategories. Instead of working together, these people like to curse out the country for all the terrible things that it stands for. Schools teach kids that the issues cannot be fixed, right? We're so deeply flawed in America that we're all sexist, we're all racist, we're just bigots. You don't even have to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, for example. When I was in high school, a lot of people were sitting for the Pledge of Allegiance as some act of defiance. And yeah, there's just no respect. It's even shameful. The American flag is shameful now. We also have to protect our freedom of speech now more than ever. And I know a lot of lefties are like, well, what do you mean? You have your freedom of speech. Take a look at Jordan Peterson and what recently happened over his tweet. I think it was Elliot Page, previously known as Ellen Page, a trans man, he called her by the wrong pronouns and called the doctor a criminal physician because he chopped off the breasts of a healthy woman. Here's the tweet. This got him banned off Twitter. So no, freedom of speech does have to be fought for in this day and age because it's being threatened. It really truly is. If someone could possibly be offended by something, we need to censor it, right? That's the message Twitter is sending. It's so sad because so many immigrants risk their lives to leave their old country, come to America because of the freedom of speech, the freedom of expression, democracy, all these amazing values. They built up this country because they believed in it and what it stood for. And it didn't even matter about the background of these immigrants. But now we're going backwards. We're saying that your background is all that matters, right? Your identity as an African American, for example, or as a white person, it defines you. We're looking for more ways to divide people instead of unify people. It's not even about what a person is capable of anymore or how they can help better their country. It's simply about the individual and their identity, for example, race or gender. Even within parties, people are finding ways to divide themselves and fight. And now people just kind of bark at each other. They don't even have discussions and normal debates where they can try to find a solution to a problem. It's just screaming and yelling. People don't actually listen, right? They might hear someone, but they don't listen to them. And they like to censor and shut down others as soon as they get offended. People take everything personally. And it's not about what's best for the country anymore. It's about what's best for this individual. So it's like a very narcissistic thing. It's just this fear to offend. No sense of community anymore, right? It's just separating everybody and finding ways to identify. It's always about, what do I identify as? How about you identify as an American? And that's like the first thing, right? How can I help my country? How can I better my country? If I have this problem, how can we work towards a solution? Instead of, oh, I am a bisexual, they, them, blah, 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 and I'm treated unfairly, and I hate the government, I hate America, America sucks, let me go burn up a flag. Why should you have different opportunities depending on your skin color or gender? And the previous generations worked so hard, again, to build up our country, despite their backgrounds, even despite their beliefs, right? It still became the United States of America, and, you know, unity is what can bring us to prosperity, not this division. And they never teach patriotism in schools, ever. I don't even know what we're celebrating on the 4th of July. Here is a video I found, and oh my God, it's insane.
What do we celebrate on the 4th of July? What started it?
I'm not too sure.
No. Long time ago, history class, 5th grade.
Right, because it was more important to teach kids that boys can be girls, girls can be boys. We all have to respect each other's pronouns and blah, blah, blah. Rather than where we are, why we're here. Yeah, none of that really matters.
It started because we broke away from a certain country, right? What country was that?
I gotta go, man.
You don't know.
It is such a shame, and it is so, so embarrassing. I want to end this video by saying, let's not forget that united we stand and divided we fall, right? Again, wishing everybody a very happy 4th of July. Please let me know in the comments if you have any ideas on how we can unify people and teach students to love their country instead of instilling this hatred for America. Again, please make sure to hit subscribe and the notification bell so you don't miss my videos. Bye.